Hey y'all, CB here, and I'm the No BS welder at NBS Welding, hollering at you from the super service truck. We're rolling out today. Been contacted by a fella that owns a convenience store. They have a grate over a drain in the parking lot, and this grate has pretty heavy iron bars, heavy enough for vehicle traffic to drive over. That's not a problem. One thing about the bars is they've got a span wide enough that you could get your foot stuck in there, especially a child. Another part of the way that this grate is built for this drain is it had 3/4 number 9 expanded metal welded on top of it, which takes care of the problem of stepping in it or getting stuck in it or somebody getting their foot in it. You could comfortably and safely step on that expanded metal that's welded down on that bar, and there'd be no problem with that. What is a problem is this winter, the plow trucks that plow the snow in that parking lot have caught that expanded metal and tore it up, and it's tore up bad enough there's open places in it where a kid could get their foot down in there, and if you stepped your leg down in there, hell, if you be running across there and step down in there, you could break your leg. I'm working actually on another project right now, but I contacted the people, and I do this sometimes, it's part of what I do with my business, but I contacted the people that I'm doing this other project for, and I explained this situation to them. This feller getting a hold of me with this problem about this bar grating, and those people were good enough to say, go ahead and take a day off our thing and take care of that for that fella. And when you can do that, I mean, that's good people helping good people, if you ask me. Now, if they were way behind on this thing that I'm currently working on, and they needed me to stay on it, I would do that, because they were, you know, in the line of fire or in the line of contact, job per job. That other job was first. This just came up, but you know, on my end of it, I think it's realistic to contact somebody and say, hey, look, I've been contacted about this grate. There's a concern about somebody getting hurt. What kind of hurry you in on what we're working on? And they said, we're not in that big a hurry. If you need to break away for a day and go take care of that, you go ahead. So that's what we're doing. I've got expanded metal that I'm going to be putting on top of there once I cut the damaged expanded metal off. And another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run some flat bar around it. And my idea with that is, I think if I run some flat bar over top of the expanded metal just around the outer perimeter, that could potentially save this grating when a guy accidentally hits it at the edge with a snowplow, which they're probably going to do, and there's probably nothing we can do about it. Now, ultimately, if somebody that knew the layout of the parking lot was to show up quick after a snowstorm and take a hand shovel and expose that grate, that would be the ultimate situation. But that just doesn't always happen. And these guys that do the snowplow work, you know, there might be one guy that knows about it, but if he's out that day and that job's got to be done and a new guy shows up, then there's a chance it might be hit with the plow. What I'm thinking with the flat bar, though, is if they contact the edge of that flat bar and the flat bar just happens to be tough enough to take that lick, then the operator's going to be aware that there's something down there other than just snow and blacktop. And if that's the case, you know, hopefully he'll get out and look and say, oh, I better not run over that again. There's a drain grate there. So that's the plan. I'll get the camera set up. I got my S20 I'm going to set up on a tripod. when we get there. We'll torch that expanded metal off, tack us some other expanded metal on, weld that flat bar on. Hopefully everything goes smooth and we'll get this fixed up for his fella. All right, let's go. Getting you a zoomed in look right here, what we got to deal with. You can see that the snow plow's caught on this expanded metal. It's ripped it off there. It's an absolute mess, but the bars and everything of the grate itself are okay. The only thing about this is there's a lot of tack welds. So there's a considerable amount of labor involved in cutting all those tacks off and welding them down. I've got my scarfing tip on a big Victor, and I'm just scarfing all those welds off the best I can. Get the torch rolled up and get out the big grinder. My buddy Seth stopped and hollered and said, "Hey man, what are you doing, laying down on the job?" I was like, "Yeah, you know it, brother." Oh, I remember Seth being born, and of course he's grown up, got kids of his own now, but anyways, good to see him. I started out with the Arc Captain MiG 145 Pro. I was running some 030 flux core wire. It did a really good job on this thin 3/4 number 9 expanded steel. And Boss Man stopped and he said if I wanted anything to drink would come on in the store and get whatever I wanted. So that was nice of him. Now I was putting my flat bars down after I got the expanded metal tacked on there, and I run out of wire in the 145, and instead of changing the spool, I just got out the MiG 200. Now it's got 035 Arc Captain flux core in it, but it did a good job finishing up the flat bars. And this is one of the rare occasions where I was able to use one of the Rust-Oleum turbo cans. The big turbo cans usually spray way too much paint at once for me, for what I do, but on this it worked okay. If you'd like to buy an NBS Welding t-shirt for $25, send Boss Lady Tina an email request, nbswelding@aol.com.